Reactions are trailing new videos trending on social media from NDC presidential candidate Peter Obi.
Fight for Tulumbu to go back to a second term, which means that person is an evil man or evil woman.
With Kwankwanso on it. Now,
I don't wish Nigeria to vote for Tinubu. He needs to be impeached. Things are very expensive in Nigeria since he came as the president of Nigeria.
Sparked fierce reactions online, declaring that a potential Obi Kwankwanso presidential ticket.
For us, we are not enjoying anything. Everything, story. Even the previous president is doing well more than him.
Because the country is bad. It's in a bad state now.
There are so many things we are doing as opposition that I can't tell you all now.
In the 2027 elections, that the MCU or the opposition will have what they call their own alternative IREF portal strategy.
But from the polling unit, before you announce that result on election day, the whole world will know.
And that they too will count the votes and also announce the votes. It's more or less what Mr. Peter Obi is also saying. That look, we will count the votes ourselves and announce the votes.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News GS Time blog. NDC have already started conducting their primary. And if you see the massive crowd, people that are coming out to vote, either for the Senate, House of Rep, either for the local government chairman, for their governor, if you see the massive crowd, hey! Anyway, we will deal with the whole story stage by stage. We will not talk about the election without we talking about how comes about the election. Now, Mark Arnold, a lot of you know that America guy that came to say about the Christian genocide, no Christian genocide, the guy that him and Renaud Mokri are 5 and 6, came out recently to discredit NDC, Kwankwanso, that no Nigeria should vote for them. American person now don't dictate who they will vote for Nigeria. Now, I want you guys to listen to how the Arise TV News dealt with the whole story and how Peter Obi respond to election ringing and all of that. I want you guys to watch it. We'll be right back.
Reactions are trailing new videos trending on social media from NDC presidential candidate Peter Obi's speech at the NDC aspirants dinner on Monday night in Abuja. Addressing the crowd, Peter Obi declared that the NDC was determined to build a political institution founded on service, fairness, inclusion, and internal democracy, rather than personal interest and transactional politics. But it is his bold warning on electoral integrity that is setting social media on fire, with Peter Obi imploring the public not to be afraid of any party rigging elections, stating that if votes aren't properly accounted for, they will personally step in to count the votes themselves. Let's take a look.
For those who want to rule Nigeria for the next 4 years, they must give us reason to vote for them. It's no longer going to be. Don't be determined about their threat to rig election. This time, our vote will count. Our vote will count. If it doesn't count, those who refuse to count it will count it. We have a country. This country must work. People can no longer take us for granted.
All right, I'll take a reaction from Nonso, who wrote, "That's the spirit Nigerians want to hear. Elections should be decided by the people, not by manipulation or intimidation. Every vote must count in 2027. If they refuse to count the votes, we will count them." And I hope that this is the spirit out there for Nigerians. Well, during his speech, Peter Obi also pointed to his shared belief with former Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwanso that the child of nobody can be somebody. Meanwhile, the OK ticket is already drawing fire from overseas. Former U.S. Mayor Mike Arnold has sparked fierce reactions online, declaring that a potential Obi Kwankwanso presidential ticket will be a national disaster, saying that he's not okay with an Obi Kwankwanso ticket, and neither should Nigerians be. Arnold, who says he has an open mind about Peter Obi, insists that Kwankwanso is where he draws the line, accusing the former Kano governor of links to terror and extremist networks, alleging involvement in corruption scandals, and describing him as a sniveling bootlicker who has switched political parties 5 times without ever abandoning his loyalties. Arnold specifically called out Kwankwanso's declaration of Sharia law in Kano in the year 2000 and the establishment of the Hisbah board, stating that it is the reason why he will actively oppose any ticket with Kwankwanso on it. Now, Rufai, Mark Arnold is, a former U.S. mayor, not a Nigerian voter. And, some Nigerians online have pushed back hard on his right to weigh in on Nigerian politics. But, his post lands at a sensitive moment with U.S. Congressman Riley Moore and Chris Smith having earlier this year recommended sanctions, asset freezes and visa bans against Kwankwanso for alleged severe religious freedom violations. Now, the OK movement has momentum, but clearly not everyone is OK with it. Like, your thoughts?
Some fact check. As regards Kwankwanso declaring what's it called, Sharia law. Yeah. In fact, because I remember that thing had been said before, and somebody came to defend Kwankwanso's position here. Yeah. And they said during the first time as governor, in fact, he was initially reluctant to implement Sharia law, but eventually signed a private member Sharia's bill into law. In fact, Kwankwanso was one of the last northern governors to implement Sharia, as he feared it would disrupt social cohesion. All right? So that's just some fact check on that. But Mike Arnold has his right to be able to make his decision or political slant or anything. Yeah. The main slant for me will be that about what will be said. And I think, Oji, we must get to a time where we say enough is enough as regards people that think they can rig elections. And we must not give ears to the shambolic way politicians do things. Look at the party primaries, for instance. Counting disaster in the ADC and the APC. If both political parties think they can fix this country and they can't do common internal democracy, and even with other political parties, then it's shambolic. In fact, I just saw someone who was coming in. He said it from APGA. He said he was robbed. He was coming to see us. Oji, we've been getting messages from all political parties that they've been robbed one way or the other. Somebody was talking about PRP. I think Donald Duke has emerged candidate in PRP, and that is his running mate. One of the co-running mates who also said they were hard done. You get, so almost every political party have not been able to fix the cases of internal democracy. And it's a big problem. For them to now think they have the temerity to rig, please, they should stop the rubbish they did in 2023. We remember what happened to Jennifer. We remember how some people carry Oro. Please, they shouldn't do it this time. Let the votes of the people count. And we beg them in the name of God. And that's just what Obi is saying here. Oji, yesterday, I had a chilling conversation with a young man that told me that he used to be a political talk as at 2010. How they paid them 50,000. How they bought guns for them, how they went to do charms for them to be able to disrupt elections in polling units where their opposition is winning. We cannot go back to that same country. If you truly think that you love this country so much and you want to serve the people and it's not your interest, if the people choose you, you will accept. But you must not fraudulently put yourself in place. And that's what we keep saying. So, and please, we'll have to beg INEC. We are sick and tired. We must not hear the technical glitch you brought forward last year that have not been able to tell us what transpired.
Right.
The same technical glitch that only affected the presidential election. We are sick and tired of all of this shenanigans. We are sick and tired of all of this manipulation. Nigerians just want to break. Oji, we are celebrating Children's Day today, but children are in captivity. We have seen the cost and the reason for bad leadership consistently, not only in this administration, but in subsequent administration. We have seen the fact that military is not properly funded, but people's presidential fleet is funded. Oji, we cannot go through all of this turmoil again. We have seen teachers beheaded. We need leadership that works.
All right.
Just a small caveat.
Quickly.
Now, while we all want free, fair, credible elections, there's even a group called Movement for Credible Elections, MCE, led by Professor Patutomi. Professor Patutomi was the first person, I think, on this table to say that in the 2027 elections, that the MCE or the opposition will have what they call their own alternative IREF portal strategy, and that they too will count the votes and also announce the votes. It's more or less what Mr. Peter Obi is also saying, that look, we will count the votes ourselves and announce the votes. The caveat is that it is only INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, that has powers under the law to announce election results, to set up IREF portal. Even the media cannot go ahead and be announcing final results on behalf of INEC. So it's a matter of law. Right. And that could create confusion if the opposition parties decide to announce their own numbers and you have a numbers confusion. And these political parties we have seen do not even have people who have basic education in simple arithmetics.
Arithmetic is very important. I've seen plenty of people.
And as for the other man that you mentioned, is it
Mike Arnold. Yes.
I know he has written a book on Nigeria, Epicenter. He has made statements about, Christian genocide in Nigeria. Does he have a PVC, a permanent voters card? Where is his word in Nigeria? Which party does he belong to? But in any case, we have, we are part of a global community.
Right.
So anybody can comment.
Whatever
and in his own case, being an American, he will call First Amendment.
All right.
And say he can talk globally and anyhow.
All right.
After all, President Trump is also,
All right. All right. He doesn't have
meddling in other people's affairs.
He doesn't have a PVC, but at the end of the day, every Nigerian vote.
When APs were conducting their primary election, the McCannot were silent. He didn't say anything about the Nigeria or the government or APC not to vote because it's 5 and 6 with Ronald Mokri. When ADC want to conducted their primary, he did not say anything. Now it is time for NDC. They have already started using American and so that Nigeria will believe if American person can say this, that means it's transparent. There is no lying. But do you know that the election they are talking about, hey, if you see the crowd, to the extent that even the Peter Obi people were saying, I don't even think that these people are for NDC. Like this lady, when she was making videos to say, we will make sure that we check the record of everybody. If you are not our party member, we will not allow you to vote because the crowd were so much. They thought maybe it was just people mobilizing people to come and ring the election. I want you guys to watch the video.
There are so many people here that are not party members. They just mobilize them, edit this thing for them, edit membership card for them, and tell them to come and vote. They collect so many people photograph. So many people photograph. They edit different names and different photo. Different names and different photo. And they want them to come and vote in this election. We said no. No verification, no election. Because we are not for transparency. Everything about our principle, which is Peter Obi, is for transparency. Everything wants to happen. Anything that will happen now, let it be transparent. If it is 10 people that are 3 registered members, let them 10 people come out and register. If it is 20, let them come out and register. We need to be verified before anything will happen. Without verification, no election.
She was talking about the transparent that even if it's just 3 people that come out to vote, but let them be a registered member. So for me, it's also a good move so that people that are not yet registered will go and register. It is not just for you to come out and vote, but you have to be a party member. Anyway, we don't really know how this 2027 election is going to be. But I want you guys to watch how the News Central covers some parts of the primary elections in the NDC from Surulere and the rest parts. And I want you guys to watch what Nigerians are saying and the reason they are voting and why they will not vote for APC. And I want you guys to watch.
My question is, since when have you been here and what exactly has happened?
To be very candid with you, we have been here early enough. We were waiting for the officials. To come so that we can start voting. But he came late. But what I love is that when he arrived, he told us the reason that by 7 o'clock he was at Ikeja to collect the necessary books or records in order to come and start. So when he came, he addressed the gathering here and moved inside. They closed this gate up to this very moment. something we're supposed to start by 10 a.m. Look at the time now. And people are suffering. In fact, some people are being discouraged. Some of them have started going back home. So, I don't know. Anytime they want to start, we are here to go along with.
That fight for Tulumbu to go back to a second tenure, which means that person is an evil man or evil woman. Anyone that votes for him don't like a good thing. You want Nigeria to remain in bondage. You know, one thing about this man, Tulumbu, he say, Omiloko means it's my turn. He say his turn. We thought his turn is his turn to rule us very well, but it's his turn to make us cry as we Nigerians. The government is very bad. We Nigerians were not happy about it. Everything is so expensive in Nigeria. Everything is upside down. People are dying, and is trying to come back in the second tenure. That will be unacceptable by every indigenous of Nigeria.
Our country is not doing good right now because of our president. Our president doesn't make things rightly for us, especially we Nigerians staying overseas. So our country is messed up. Our president is not doing good. He doesn't need to be there in the seat. He needs to be impeached. He needs to step down so that we can get a better president that can lead us. A lot of people are crying. People are suffering in Nigeria. We don't have anything, you understand? Rice are very expensive. Foodstuffs, everything is very expensive. You can't go to the market with 10,000 naira. You get 2 or 3 items coming back home. So, like, he needs to be impeached. Things are very expensive in Nigeria since he came as the president of Nigeria. I don't wish Nigeria to vote for Tinubu. We need another presidential candidate to represent us so that Nigeria can be in unity, so that things can be okay. Because now we are suffering.
All we have to say is that who wins must rule. But the problem is that his ruling is not conducive for us. It's not conducive for us. We are not enjoying anything. Everything, story. Even the previous president is doing well more than him. You know, in about election, it's all about manipulation. We don't know what is happening inside the inner caucus. All we know is that they say this is the person ruling, but this is not the main man that we want. Now, we need somebody to change things in Nigeria.
I can say he has tried to compare the situation that the former leaders have left us. He has tried. Issue of Nigeria is not an issue of something of 3 years. You understand? But what I'm trying to say is, if him or they can become the president again in Nigeria, they must give him much time to fix Nigeria. Because the issue of Nigeria is not an issue of 3 years solution at the present moment. I will say that let him continue, because continuation of governance brings development. Continuation of governance brings development. So 3 years of him being in power with the current achievement, I think they should allow him to continue so that they can also have a good structure and a plan to keep Nigeria moving.
If you want to change a government that's not performing well, it is not by violence, it is through ballot. And we will vote. It's unfortunate that we in diaspora here, we don't vote. But the people in Nigeria, we will vote and defend our vote, because the country is bad. It's in a bad state now. Very bad.
Surprisingly, there are a lot of people here. I mean, it's a massive crowd. People have turned out to vote for, today's primaries. But what is happening right now is the fact that there are a lot of people outside, and they've been complaining that the voting preparation, it's quite laid back, because the voting was supposed to start at 10 a.m. and they have been here since 10 a.m. It's about few minutes to 1 p.m. and it still hasn't started. And, I put a call through to one of the officials about what is happening, and they said that they are busy sorting a few things out inside there. The gates are closed. Nobody's allowed to go in, and, So there's been a lot of, people are complaining that they don't know what's going on. And I have one of the voters here who's ready to speak with us, Mr. Okon Ekwati. Mr. Okon, please come.
Now, like I said, they said Peter Obi party don't have structure when he was in Labour. But this particular NDC, their structure is so massive. Like one of their delegates, when he was saying that this party, you cannot use them like the way they were using Peter Obi in Labour Party to win election and later you decamp. He said, no, in this particular NDC, you cannot use it to ride to your destination and dump their vehicle. No, you will remain in that party after you win. And I want you guys to see the reason why he made that statement.
We're not just building a political platform that people will use to win election and later jump and leave. Did you hear me say that? Let me repeat because it's important. The NDC is not a special purpose vehicle for any human being. No matter how big, no matter how small. We are building together a political party that will stand the test of time. We are building together a monumental movement that will outlast all of us. I often liken it to parties like the ANC. I liken it even to the Chinese Communist Party. I liken it to the parties even in Ghana and the parties in Europe, the parties in the Americas. We want to build a party of principles, a party with a clear ideology of service, a party that is not a one-man show. And so, like you all, and like me, we believe all of you are aspirants, from presidential aspirants to governorship aspirants, to National Assembly and State Assembly. You are not in NDC as birds of passage. You are in the NDC to stay and to build and to nurture. Several years down the line, we still want to meet ourselves. Whether things go well for you in the immediate or not, be dedicated to the survival of the NDC. I know because of the issues and the time constraints, like I said, I cannot warranty that the processes that the party will unfold will be completely foolproof, as much as we would have loved to be. We want to be a democratic movement where a child of nobody, you don't know, but you see the end and its leadership will be fair to you and give you a chance. That's why the Obamas and so on rose to be who they are, the Democratic Party. And in the NDC, what we are trying to do, you don't need to know me. You don't need to know His Excellency Okute.
You know, Nigerian politicians are fond of doing that. And I, for one, I'm against a lot of people picking NDC from now. Because if you see the crowd, different people are picking from nowhere. Celebrity, everybody is picking from now. Everybody wants to become a politician under NDC because Peter Obi is there. They want Peter Obi grace to cover them. Just the same way they did in Labour Party. Even Backman were winning local government chairman. Immediately after they won, you see them decamping, removing themselves from Labour Party and running to APC because of money. Not in APC, their location will not be floating. So all of them were decamping. But now the structure is saying you will not use the NDC to win any election and later decamp to APC. So it's prohibited. They are warning you ahead. Anyway, I want you guys to watch this particular video that stood out for me. And if truly this man, they carry out these plans that they are planning ahead of the 2027 election, Tinubu not fearing this election. As I say, you carry Kala, send people there, so nobody go vote. If you vote, who you want vote for, they vote now. If I say now, except that, if for them to go and manipulate a result of votes, it's not going to be possible because he said that they will ensure that as soon as the votes finish, they will carry the result, snap on. Even if the INEC not upload their own for their RF portal, then they get their own website where they will upload their own put so that everybody will watch them. And I want you guys to see.
There are so many things we are doing as opposition that I can't tell you all now. But from the polling unit, before you announce that result on election day, the whole world will know. Or let me rephrase that. As you are announcing it and you are loading it onto the beavers, we are loading our own results too. We have our own server. The whole world, somebody in your village, if you are in the UK, you are in the US, you are in Kaduna, you are in Kano, you are in Abuja or Lagos, you will see your people in your village, your relatives. You will see the INEC official announcing the result in the unit. You would have heard what is called in that your political unit in the village. And that's what we'll do in every unit in this country. So if INEC official and the government are so dumb to go to one backyard and start mutilating it, we wish them well. And we'll have direct access to US Congress. As we are sending this video, live videos and results to the whole world, they will be receiving it too. They will see our red eye this time.
In as much that this is coming from NDC, I also want PDP to do their own. I also want ADC to do their own. Everybody should create their own website. It is not that difficult. You create it once everybody vote finish. Everybody have their own certified copy of that result. They snap it. Everybody upload that. If by the time the APC now manipulates their result, PDP will go their website. Okay, my own correspond with ADC. ADC on correspond with NDC. NDC on correspond with AAC. How come that the APC on Nikon different? So it will be very easy for them to contest that thing in court. I also heard that, according to the information, that Aisha Yusuf, the only person that I was campaigning for, seeing him in the ballot, I was really happy. But they said he withdrew from the senatorial seat because of Meka Ike, that Meka Ike is also fighting for the same position that she's fighting for, but she voluntarily withdrew herself. But I still don't believe. I want you guys to watch the NDC on how they mobilize themselves to one of their Shema house in the night to say that, oh, we are feeling like some people are not allowing us to be in the primaries and none of that. I want you guys to watch.
Digital. Okay. So on our part, we don't have any issue. Thank you, sir.
Bosa.
Thank you, sir. None of you here was even allowed to buy a nomination.
Yes, sir.
Say no. The expression of it. Go. When you go through the process, anyone who succeeds will come and get the nomination. Just to save you people. Okay?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
We appreciate it. You are all part of our family, okay?
Yes, sir.
So here we talk, go there, we'll call him. Just so I can get him and talk to him to come and talk to
sir,
him. All right?
I have a question, sir.
And finally, because I have to go back.
Yes.
Finally, you, yellow man, you talk about anointed list.
Yes,
sir.
Of all of you in the House of Reps, there's no single one that's anointed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Senate,
In the Senate, sir, the news was going around.
Wait. I'm not talking of Senate. I'm talking of House of Reps. And on the Senate, you see this man you are seeing talking to you?
Yes, sir.
Softly. I can take hard positions.
Thank you, sir.
You understand?
That's leader.
Right. So don't go to that Senate issue. You are here for House of Reps, Abi?
No.
Senate.
Oh, you are here for Senate?
No, it's rappers.
House of Reps and Senate.
It's House of Reps.
House of Reps and Senate. Are you here hired to protest at my gate by 2 a.m. by Senate aspirants?
No, House of Reps that are here.
These are National Assembly.
Go to that place. Barnabas will come and talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay?
All right. Thank you,
No
sir.
anointed candidates. Go and do your house.
Including Senate, no anointed candidate. Including Senate, no anointed candidate.
Go, everybody go.
Thank you, sir.
I thank God that the man were very transparent, and what he said to them, nobody is going to be favored ahead of anybody or over anybody. All of you go and contest, whoever that emerge or win, please come and we will support. But on the other hand, NDC have decided to move their senatorial seat primaries from Abuja, FCT, for Wike purpose. So for whatever purpose, I know it's because of Nelson Wike, and move it to unknown location that they have not yet announced. So the Senate will not be conducting their election in Abuja. They are moving it. So we'll be waiting. If there's any other update, we'll let you know. However, please let us know your thoughts in the comment section. What are your thoughts about this particular video? What do you think about the crowd that came out? It's not even Peter Obi or the president election yet too, but you see the crowd that were coming out to vote. Oh boy, yeah, now be here. On the day of presidential candidate, hey, we will see the crowd that will come out for Peter Obi. Anyway, we love you guys. God love you more. If you have not subscribed, if you need the full gist, please subscribe. Just click the subscribe, bang, then click the bell when near, bang, so that you get notified if we go upload part 2, because there will be part 2, part 3. Peter Obi, they never vote for them. Presidential election will never reach. All right, we love you guys. God love you more. Until we meet again.